Today really was gut check time for us. The pain of losing that match on Friday, we always wanted to forget it at midnight and move on. It was still there on practice on Saturday. It was there when we were at the football game last night. Today it was more anger. It almost went through the series of denial, withdrawal, the whole grief series. But when they came in this morning, they were pissed. They were really pissed. And they were disappointed in themselves. They were disappointed that they put themselves in that position. They were just within 2 points of being up 2-0 on Houston. And, between our errors and Houston's good plays, that ends up a 1-1 match. Then Houston wins the next one, and now we're fighting for our life. I saw a team that was hungry. I saw a team that was angry. I saw a team that was even a little bit combative. But I also saw a team that wanted to fight. They were picking a fight. And I thought I saw a team that was much more composed while picking that fight than they were before. So there's some mental growth that took place between Friday and today. I think, all the goals, still stay in front of us. There's going to be a lot of things that happen. There's 4 teams that are tied for first place. That's going to shake itself out. But we need to get ourselves to who we want to be. And sometimes that's 3 steps forward and 1 step back. Houston was a loss. That's all it was. It was a loss. It's just one of those losses that stabs you in the stomach because you could have won it. And I think they allowed that anger to refocus themselves. We had a great film session. We had a great serve and pass. And then I thought we went off and we played pretty well as we settled into the match. So I was very happy with how we responded to a loss, because that's what separates those that are in contention at the end and those that don't. You get a loss and then you suffer another one. And now you're really, reaching for air. We weren't like that. This was the team that was not going to lose today. They had the fight in them. Now it's a matter of keeping that instilled. It's easy to rally the troops after a loss, but how do you keep rallying? Creating those battle cries, keep creating that urgency and intensity after a win. I think we had won a few too many in a row, and just kind of let it slide just a little bit. In this conference, that's all it takes is a little bit, because there's 6 teams that can win this conference.
Can you talk a little bit about your back road from this game compared to Friday night?
Yeah, well, there's 2 things that happened. I thought we served much better. We did miss some serves, but we only missed 6. It's a serve and a half, serve and a quarter a set. It's not that big of a deal. But I thought our serving was really good, 9 aces, but that doesn't even tell you how many times they were out of system and couldn't run their 3 hitters against us. Some of the stuff they were trying to do, they just couldn't physically do because they were out of system. So really, it all starts with the serve. I always talk about serve and pass. It starts with the serve. We drove them off the ball, really kept them limited in what they can do. Because you could see when they were in system, they were a handful. And I thought that 3rd game we backed off on our serving. We just kind of started playing just to keep the ball in, make no errors. Well, they started ramming it down our throats. The outside hitters' numbers went through the roof. The right side was on fire. And it's just, we had to get back in and we had to fight. We had to just get back down in the trenches. All of the hoopla that's going on around them and challenges and what's going called and what's not. Just got to put it behind us. Let the coaches take care of that. And that part of it was frustrating, but I'm not allowed to talk about that because Christmas is coming up, so we can't address that. But I was really happy with how we kind of kept the outside environmental factors out of the way and just performed.
And this was another pretty much team win. Everyone pitched in. Talk a little bit about how that has progressed throughout the season, even into this match.
Well, we've been bouncing back and forth with our middles, and we've been bouncing back and forth with our left sides. I've been trying to find a really good role for Drezzy for 3 years, and I think we finally found one for her that she excels at. Because we need the defense in the back row in certain rotations, and we need the serve receive in certain rotations. So having Chloe and Caitlin and Drezzy back there anchoring the defense is huge, because it allows us to do some things. It makes it really hard for the opponents to score. So, today we decided we were going to start with them in the back row. We're going to try and start with our strength. And I think no individual got aced at all. And the team let a couple balls drop close to the line, one of which I challenged. And I'll go to my grave saying I was right, but they said I was wrong. And I thought that they were solid on defense. They were solid. In 65 digs, that's a pretty good deal, in 4 games. So I'm just proud of how resilient they were and how well we passed. We passed almost a 2.7 on a 4 scale, and we haven't done that since FAU maybe. Way in the preseason. So, hopefully it's a step. Hopefully this is one step, 2 step, 3 step forward. We'll enjoy it for a while, and then we've got a quick turnaround.
Yeah, and coming out of this weekend, 1-1, which is awesome. What are some of the biggest takeaways from this learning of the weekend?
I think we had to get hit in the face to get a little attitude adjustment, and I don't mean that in any kind of a negative way. I think it's really easy to just not go, just not do the little thing because you're so confident your team's going to pick you up if you don't get it. Well, if everybody does that, no one's picking anybody up. I think this team really took that seriously and did their job and helped each other do their jobs. That's the one thing I think we picked up from Friday to Sunday. The other thing is we found our rhythm through our passing, which allowed our offense really to, do a nice job. Some of the ones that we missed were out of system stuff, or we missed trying to do something that was really hard. McKenna's misses were either out of the back row, they were sets that were short, or it was something that was a good set that she tried to do something with, and she just missed it. That happens, sometimes it's a ball instead of a strike, or sometimes you don't complete the pass. So can't ask her to be perfect. But passing wise, she was exceptional. Chloe was exceptional. I thought we did what we needed to do to run what we needed to run. I thought the blocking was back to being good again. We've struggled blocking the last 3 matches, and they were just little things, and we worked on them. And all of a sudden now the blocking's back, where we're averaging over 3 a set. So it was good to do that against another first place in the conference team. We had the same exact records, and so someone was going to be on top of the other at the end of today. I'm glad it was us.
And speaking of blocking, Narissa had 6 blocks, I believe, 6 kills, hit 462. Speak a little bit about her performance today.
Yeah, she's steady. Narissa's just, she's getting to that mode now where she's just being steady. That's all we've ever asked out of Narissa. We never asked her to go out and take 30 swings, have 20 kills. She has that role where she's between 2 people that capture a lot of attention. And if she can come right up the middle and be forgotten about, she can really score. So getting her that 13 sets, I'd like to, maybe 13 to 17, I think is an ideal number for her. I'd like to see her get in that 8 or 9 kill range. 6, 7, 8 blocks, try and get 2 blocks a game. I think that really puts her where she's contributing big time, to the cause. But right now she's already doing it. She's contributing in lots of ways on and off the court.
Yeah. And now, you mentioned it earlier, we have a quick turnaround. You have War on I-4 on Wednesday. What is how do you prepare for that?
It's different for the team than it is for me. It's a big game. I get that. It's a big game for the school. It's a big game for the fans. It's a big game for the team. We're going to scout it the same way we always do. We're going to prepare all the same way we always do. We're not going to rah-rah. We're not going to hype. It's the next team on our schedule. And we're going to prepare for them no different than we did Penn State. go out there and prepare, try to win. Try to find the matchups you want, areas you want to hit into, and that's what it is. Now, I understand it's a bigger game than most to a lot of people, but for us, it's, at least the coaching staff, it's the next game that's on the schedule. And they're the next road bump to help us get to where we want to go. So that's how we prepare for it. I know that's a boring answer, but you know, certainly knowing that it's them, I know that makes a difference, and we want to win those 3 points for the school. And but we're not going to change anything we do in terms of preparation. It's a very short turnaround. We're just going to get in. We have to give them Monday off because of the day off a week rule. So we're going to have 1 day to prepare for them, and that's it.
Awesome. And congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.